Hey guys, so the assignment is to explain how COVID has affected you, your family, and your environment. Um, the biggest way that I can think that COVID has affected me and my family is when my youngest daughter was born. She was born April 28th, 2020. My husband was working in Ankara, Turkey at the time. And we had just returned home, me and my oldest three girls, from visiting him in February. Right about the time that she was born is when the height of COVID was, when it was really becoming a big deal here in the US. And it was just really uncertain times. And so, unfortunately, as it got closer and closer to time for her to be born, my husband had his vacation time approved to come and be here for the birth. We planned to have an induction so we could be 100% certain that he wouldn't miss her being born. And so when it came time for it, COVID started, really ramping up and got crazy, and borders closed. And so he wasn't able to come home because a lot of the other men from his work were like, they had come home over the holidays to visit their families and were unable to get back to the job site in Turkey. So they couldn't afford to let him go and take a risk of him coming home and being home for the birth of our daughter. So he had to miss his youngest and last baby being born because of COVID, and it was awful. It was terrible. I could only have one person with me at the hospital. I had to leave my three oldest kids at home. They didn't get to meet their sister until we came home from the hospital. It was just a really sad time. Like, you always want to cherish when your babies are born. They're always very special moments. And this was our last baby. Like, we knew that we were not going to be having any other children. This was our last kiddo. And so it kind of robbed me of a lot of opportunities. And no, I'm not a first-time mom. And he was able to be home for the birth of all of our other children, and support me and to help me and all of those things. He was there for that. And so, yes, we got to experience it, but it's just a little different when you know it's going to be your last baby and it's not going to be an option to be experienced anymore. And so that is how COVID has affected me the worst. It was a really, really tough time because he actually didn't get to meet her until she was 6 months old. And so when he finally got to come home, I had hired somebody to come to the airport and take pictures, and he surprised the older kids, and he got to meet his baby for the first time, and it was just something really magical, and very emotional. I wish that he had gotten to meet her in a different way, but it was still special, just not as special as I had hoped it would be. So that is how COVID has affected me and my family. It kept my husband from being at the hospital when our baby was born, and it was terrible, but luckily we have mostly stayed healthy and have not gotten COVID, and we're very thankful for that. So thanks for listening to my video. Have a great day.